Welcome to Right Wins. No hot takes, just the right takes. If I had to pick 5 teams right now for Super Bowl 61, this would be my 5. This list is all my opinion, all of my opinion. I don't care what you got to say, it's my opinion. At number 5, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. They're coming off a season where they lost Joe Burrow for 9 weeks. He was out with a toe injury for 9 weeks. They're in the AFC. It's going to be hard. Joe Burrow back full speed. Jamar Chase for MVP? Question mark. Could possibly happen. Their defense looks better, in my opinion, without Hendrickson. They grabbed a safety from the Chiefs. They got 2 nasty defensive linemen. I don't know. I think the Bengals have a very good shot to win the AFC. But you'll see later on in this list why I think they won't quite make it all the way. At number 4, I have the team that I hate the most as a Chiefs fan, the Denver Broncos. The Broncos showed last year that they can win the Super Bowl. In fact, they were 1 injury away from winning the Super Bowl. If Bo Nix doesn't go down, they win, they go to the Super Bowl, and they beat the Seahawks. 100%. I believe it with all my heart. Bo Nix is back this year. He won't play the preseason. He'll be ready to go week 1. Their defense is still their defense. I think this team, I numbered them at number 4, but they could very well be in my 1 spot as well. So, we'll see. Denver Broncos at 4. At number 3, I have the Houston Texans. This is my hot take for the list, all right? Nobody jump on me. The Texans have the best defense in the league. They had it last year. They almost had it the year before last. The Texans are going to be a tough team to beat. If CJ Stroud can play on the same level he played on 2 years ago, this team will be a force to be reckoned with. The only problem that I have with them is their offensive line. If their offensive line can't protect Stroud, it's going to be the same thing as last year. I think the Texans have a shot to win the South and have a deep playoff run, maybe in contention to win the Super Bowl. At number 2, I have the New England Patriots, the runner-ups from last year. They have one of the better coaching staffs in the league. They have Drake May, who has just gotten better and better so far. So I'm predicting this year he's going to keep getting better. They've proven that they can win big games. If they can keep their running game, how their running game was going the last half of the season last year, they will be all right. Their biggest question for me is their defense. Their defense was very shady. They just got helped out a bunch by a great arm quarterback. I got New England at 2 because they showed last year that they could make it. But once again, going through the AFC, it's going to be a hard road for any team. And my number 1 team, the team that I think has the best shot to win the Super Bowl this year, is the Buffalo Bills. It's Josh Allen's last hope. He's been here for however many years now. He's been an MVP candidate for however many years now. They went out, they got 2 solid receivers. He actually had some receivers around him this year that might actually catch the ball and run after the catch. Their defense looks good. Their offense looks good. New stadium, new team. I really think they have a shot. I think they have the best shot out of the AFC. Them and the Broncos. I think one of those 2 come out of the AFC. It's going to be a hard AFC. If you didn't notice, my whole entire list is just AFC teams. I don't think anybody from the NFC comes out on top, especially with the teams that are in the AFC. There's just no chance for them, I don't think. Granted, I know the Seahawks won last year. Once again, going back to my point for the Broncos, if Bo Nix doesn't break his ankle, I think they win the Super Bowl. That's my number one team. Now, my honorable mentions, okay? These are the teams that I think still have a very, very good shot, but it's going to be a little bit harder just with how they've played in the past couple years and what's been going on. First honorable mentions I got is the Ravens. Everybody knows the Ravens have the best offense in the league if they would use the offense the right way. They get in pressure situations. They start making Lamar throw the ball 30, 40 times a game. That's not their offense. Whenever you have an absolute monster in the backfield, that's Derrick Henry, you have to hand the ball off more than 10 times a game. If they can stick with the game plan and actually give Derrick Henry the ball and use RPOs and let Lamar run and do what he does best, this team could go 15-2. But every year they let all of Baltimore down. And I feel bad for Baltimore fans because the past 2 years have just been terrible for y'all. I got them as honorable mentions because there is a chance they could go 15-2, 14-3, and just walk right through the playoffs into the Super Bowl. Other honorable mention team I have is the Rams. The Rams are the favorite right now. Sportsbook, everywhere, the Rams are the favorite. I think they're a little bit over talked about right now, in my opinion. The Rams would be a great team. They're going to be one of the best teams in the NFC. But I think with how stacked the AFC is, I just don't think the Rams have a very good chance. Yeah, their defensive line might be the best defensive line we've seen in years if Aaron Donald comes back and you got Myles Garrett. But I don't know. The Rams are one of those very toss-up teams for me. We'll see how it goes. And then the last honorable mention team I have is my favorite, the Chiefs. I'm expecting at least one bounce-back year. Yeah. We can talk about Patrick Mahomes and all that shit, right? But it's going to be a bounce-back year. If they don't bounce back this year, you can go and count the dynasty out. We'll be done for the next 5-10 years, right? Completely fine with it. You know, the run they've had in the past 5 years has been absolutely crazy. But watch out for the Chiefs because if they come back full speed and their defense plays better than what they played last year, because their defense was the worst part of everything, they could still be contenders. So y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. I think this list is solid. I think it's good. We'll see. It's way too early to be predicting this stuff. We can go into week 4 and it could be completely different, right? Leave the team that you think is going to be in the Super Bowl, the best bet, the best one to cash in on right now, who will be in the Super Bowl. Leave it down in the comments. Tell me what you think. And remember, there's no hot takes here. It's just the right takes.